Jesus and his followers were getting ready for a meal. Just then, a rabbi came up, a Pharisee out of Jerusalem, and he said, "What are you doing?" Jesus didn't understand what was wrong with the Pharisee. "These followers of yours, they have not cleaned their hands. You know you're supposed to do ritual purity before you have a meal." Jesus just shook his head and said, "Look, the food that we eat is not what defiles us or makes God not like us. The food we eat, it goes in our mouth, it goes through our bodies, and it goes out into the toilet. It doesn't matter. The thing that matters and defiles us and makes God annoyed with us is what comes out of our heart. We show jealousy and hate and bigotry." The Pharisee was not satisfied with that answer, and he stormed off. And Jesus' followers didn't quite understand. He said, "What do you mean?" Because they were brought up to believe that if you didn't wash properly, that you were upsetting God. And Jesus said, no, the things that upset God are not things like hand washing and what you eat. The things that upset God are when we hurt other people and are mean to them and pass judgment. That's the kind of stuff that God doesn't want us to do, because God is for everybody and God loves all of us. So as Jesus and the disciples spent time traveling, the disciples thought more about what Jesus taught. And eventually they got to a place not far from the Greek border. And a woman came running up and said, "Jesus, Jesus, my daughter is sick. Would you please heal her?" Now this woman was not a Hebrew like the rest of them. So Jesus turned away and said, "No, I didn't come for people like you. I came for people like me." But the woman didn't turn away, and she said, "But Jesus, even the dogs eat the crumbs from the table when they fall." Jesus had to stop and think. He had just told the disciples that everybody mattered and that God loved them, and here he was, acting just like the Pharisees had acted, and rejecting this woman because she was not a Hebrew like he was. So he turned to her and said, "Woman, your faith is strong. Your daughter is healed. Go home now and take care of her." And the woman rejoiced, and she went home to her daughter as fast as possible. See, the thing was, even Jesus made mistakes sometimes, and it took other people to remind him that God's love is big. And sometimes we forget that God loves everyone, not just the people like us or the people that we like, but everyone.